Hi, thanks for coming and joining us for a little while. This is Simply More Crafts, and I'm Maureen, and this is little man Charlie that as soon as I start talking, he wants to play. Today is September 30th, it's Friday, and it's a nice crisp day outside, and it was 57 this morning, and it's in the 70s now. But I wanted to welcome you to, if you're a new viewer, thank you very much for checking me out, and hope that you come back or subscribe, like and subscribe. I'm not going to start this over again because this is about my third time. What else for administration? You can find me on Instagram as Simply More Crafts. And YouTube, you're already here, Simply More Crafting. I'm on Ravelry as Maureen0722, and I have a Ravelry group called Simply More Crafting Podcast. So come on over and join us, and so we can have some fun. Last week, I had a giveaway, and unfortunately the person that won the choice of gifts that I spoke about on my last podcast has not contacted me yet. So I'm going to give it another week, and if she still doesn't contact me, I'll either draw another name or I will save it and do it for my 500 subscriber giveaway and add some more things to it. So if you're a subscriber and you entered into the Ravelry group that which giveaway you wanted, and you didn't haven't watched last podcast 2 weeks ago, go back in there and see what's going on. So, I thought today I have a few FOs, a couple FOs, not very much, but we'll talk about FOs, I'll talk about my whips, I'll talk about the frogging that I had to do, and if I remember, I'm going to put in a little clip during the summer, not several weeks ago, but during the summer I had a special co-host, my grandson, and he was a little nervous, and but he did real good, but he got the bug and he wanted to do his own podcast. So now he has started his own channel with his mom's blessings and supervision. And it is called Ask Be Anything. And it is so hilarious. He has people that have joined, mostly friends of the family, but and some teachers. And they ask questions in the comments, and he answers them with a 7-year-old mindset. So some of them are really, really funny, and I've asked him a serious question a time or two. But I'll throw in a clip at the end so that you could see that he really has caught the podcasting bug. You may not enjoy it as much as I do because I'm his grandmother, but I'll do that just for fun. Okay, let's start with the FOs. The first one I can show now because Mina has already put it on her podcast. I was lucky enough, I asked if she wanted help in testing, and she chose me. And this is the Miriam Cow. I'm sorry, but I have not woven in the ends. This is by me. Let's see, this is one of the cables. And here's, no bite. Here's some of that. It's very pretty. It was a very easy knit, and she has it up on her website now. It's called the Miriam Cow. And this is made out of Malabrigo worsted in the Zarzamore colorway. And I enjoyed that. I think once I got the pattern down, it took me about a month, oh gosh, about a day and a half to knit this up. I'll put it on. Get out of there. He's snooping around my yarn. It's kind of hard to look at it, but my daughter loves it, so I will probably give this to her. I don't wear cowls. Maybe I should with this little turkey neck that I got going on there. See, I'm getting old. This is it. It's very pretty and very soft. I love Malabrigo. Okay, that's one. The second thing, I still have it in my Suburban Stitchers little sock bag. 2 socks, a pair of socks, and I'm proud of myself because I got my sock blockers. And this is Felici. I think, what is it? Sorry about that. It is called, no, you can't eat the yarn. You're worse than a cat. I can't even see without my glasses. Isn't that terrible? Madigal? I want to say it's Madigal. And it is, like I said, the Felici. Hey kid. I'll put these on my sock blocker. And it's just a plain vanilla Fish Lips Kiss Heel. I think my camera is too, what are you doing? I think my camera is too close, but I I haven't blocked them yet. They were a fun knit, but it's, like I said, it's just plain vanilla. Okay. And let's see what else. I'm gonna try and get him to go over on his blanket because he's still very, what do you call it, separation anxiety. You gotta be a good boy, okay? Come on over here. Yeah, get on your pillow. That's a good boy, good boy. All right, he's still trying to get everything. All right, we'll put these over here. Those are my, oh, no, you don't, okay. Those are my only two FOs. Now it's on to whips. Ow, don't bite, little man. I may cut this out, I may not. Okay. No, 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 no bite. I am making, started another parasite. No, no bite. Sometimes they're worse than having kids. I decided that I wanted to just cast on a pair of socks. And this is Mina Phillips, the Pebbles, from her Beyond Vanilla Part 1. And I must say they are really looking good on this Felici. I am using for the toes, heel, and cuff in Beyond the Wall. And no, Beyond the Wall is the main one, and I'm using Basalt Heather stroll fingering for the heels, toes, and cuffs. This is a paid-for pattern by Mina, but it's very, very simple, extremely simple. And even if you're a new knitter, if you know how to knit and purl, you can do these. So that's how much I have so far on those. And let's see what else. I'm still working on my husband's sock, and this is just a 6x2 design. And this is the yarn that I dyed up myself for him. I haven't made any progress since I last showed that to you. Now, this is my other Suburban Stitcher bag. This I showed you last time. It is the Close to Me shawl. I've made a little bit of progress, but not much. This is where I was. So I've got I've done this much, but it's really coming out beautifully. And I can't wait to to get this off the needles. But I love the pattern. It's a free pattern on Ravelry. I feel like I just got up out of bed. The lace pattern is really simple. I love it. Okay. No, I wasn't calling you. You just stay right there. Thank you. The next thing I have as a whip in my Southpaw Creations, Harry Potter. And you can see that her bags will hold a sweater. This is the one I talked about last week. The only progress that I have made is about this much on the sleeve. Everything else stays the same. So I doubt very seriously if I'll have this finished for Rhinebeck. And you know, that's okay because I still have my other Madewell cardigan. Here's my little sheepies. And I'm just putting them on the edge here. I'm not going all the way around. But that's a little progress. If I really get into it and really try real hard, I may get this sleeve done this weekend and part of this one finished. So you never know. It just depends. I've tried to be monogamous on different sweaters. I'm in a sweater mood. Just cast on all the sweaters, and I'm really fooling myself because I can't seem to get the pattern instructions down. Go figure. But I'm trying, and I guess I thought because I could do the Madewell that I could do anything. That was a big mistake on my part. But you can't get better unless you try, right? So that's what I'm doing. I'm try. The last whip in progress is when I'm thinking of failure. I wanted to make little man Charlie, that's you, a sweater. I've been inspired by Erin with Gimme Yarn 418, also Thank God It's Friday podcast. She's been making her little guy, Dewey, so many sweaters. And I've been watching Erin for a long time. And it used to be where everything she made, I copied. The star shower, just different patterns that she was working on, I had to do too. The pattern that I had was drops. This is a free pattern. And these are black and whites, but it's a Norwegian. He's cute. But I didn't want to take the time to do the Fair Isle. I can do Fair Isle, but I didn't want to take the time to do it, so I had printed off some different patterns so that I could at least get some type of resemblance of a sweater. So I printed this one off, and I believe this is the one I'm trying. But I don't know. I bound off here and here for the legs, and now I'm just stumped. I guess I'm not in the mindset, but I'm going to bring it to with me to Vermont and ask Erin if she would help me. Please, Erin, because you're the queen of these little sweaters. But she doesn't know it yet, but I'm going to ask her if she'll help me. But I'm trying. And I keep this in my little Knit Picks plastic container. I love these. I love to see what's in there. When my projects are in my bags, maybe I'm lazy. I just don't like to keep zipping and unzipping to see what I have going on and where I'm at. So, and there's so many things on my needles. It's ridiculous. I do have I do have the breathing space. Last podcast or the podcast before, I told you all that how much of a problem I was having and how many times I ripped it out. And this is what I have so far. I don't even know. I think this is the front, but who knows, right? See this is this color here. I don't know if you can see this. Can you see that? It just goes perfectly with this Cascade pink. But I separated for the sleeves, and I've got this little doohickey. And that's exactly how the pattern said to do it, and I don't know what that's for. And this one, totally, I don't know what I did there, but again, it's a learning experience. I'm knitting on it just because I don't want to be defeated by a sweater or any project. So I'm going to keep knitting down, and when I get to the sleeve part, I'll see if I can figure it out. If I can't, I'll do something. I don't know what, but I'll do something. But that's back on the needles, but it's in timeout right now. And that was the breathing space. No, I'm sorry. The Pantilla by Hoagie Yogatelli. And I showed that on the last podcast. Let's see what else. Let me check my notes. Oh yeah, I did cast on another sweater. You talk about an idiot. This one's going a little bit better. Oh, it is called, it's a free pattern, and it's on the Valley Yarns. This is the back. And this is the front. And I am making it out of Valley Yarns in the Claremont, which is 80%, look at my notes, 60% superwash, 20% mulberry silk, and 20% polyamide. This way. And it's soft. And it's, the colorway is, what is the colorway? Whipple Blue. And I'm knitting these on size 6. What are these? I don't know. They're wood. I don't know that they're even going to show up. But I started out on my carbons, and it was just too slippy. So this is the back, and this is the pattern. I'm loving it. This is the one I wish that I had started before my Pantula. So, and I love it. It is really, I don't know if you could see that real good, but I love it. And the yarn is great to work with. It's extremely soft. So I'm pleased with this one, that I could read the directions. That right there. Okay, that's it for whips and FOs. I have a few acquisitions. Not many. This, finally, this is, what is the, Because Pumpkin Spice on her Penny, Once Upon a Corgi, Gabby, and it is 80-10-10. It's very soft. I have 2 of her other yarns, the Pokemon series, that I showed on a previous podcast. And I was going to use this for her and Opera Joe have a cow, pumpkin, make something pumpkin, I think. And I was going to use this and join that one. But I'm a failure when it comes to podcast, starting something and not finishing it. I don't think that I'll have time to knit this up and add it to her Gabby's and Joanna's cow. But I love it anyways. I was watching Woolen Vine, Yarngasm's podcast, and Jinx Yarns, such enablers. I got my passion planner. I'm not going to use this year. I have decided that this is going to be a January 1, 2017 project. This planner, it's kind of expensive, but it has monthly reflections. It has your month at a glance, and it has notes down here of what you've done. People to see, this month's focus, not to-do list, places to go. It has different questions that you can write about. I don't know if you can see that. So I'm really interested in getting this taken care of. It's getting this started. It's got blank pages in the back. It's got graph paper for putting down ideas. It's very nice. And it smells good too. Can you smell? Okay. Then I'm not real sure who had this on their podcast. I don't even want to. I don't even want to take a guess because I'll probably be wrong. But it's the Knitter's Graph Paper. This came today, or yesterday. Mail hasn't come today. But it's very tiny graph paper. And I use regular graph paper if I'm doing a little design for some of my projects that I've used. And I took a shawl, Francois, gosh, I'm just blanking out. I took her 10-day course on designing, and I think I'm going to try and design a shawl. Since I'm a failure at sweaters, I might as well make good at something. Anyways, that's it for acquisitions, whips, FOs, Little Man Charlie. Yeah, I'm talking about you. So I'll tell you a little bit about what's happened in the last couple weeks. Zero. I don't have anything other than I've been knitting on my sweaters, my shawl, my socks. I got very tired of knitting on the shawls and sweaters, so I had to put that pair of socks on the needles because I was just knit. And I kind of felt like a little beaver. Knit. But luckily I have it on a 9-inch circular, so it kind of goes, the sleeve kind of goes pretty good. What else has happened? Little Man Charlie and I have just tried to get acquainted and get a routine down. Housebreaking and minding. He is, like I've told you all, he's a biter, but he's a nipper. And he doesn't bite. He just tries to get your attention by chewing. And if he's left alone at all, he cries and whines. And he has now, if I have to go upstairs into my sewing room to work on an order, I have to put him in his crate because he'll gnaw at everything, and then he'll run around the house. So after about 10 minutes, he stops crying, and he's okay. Well, yesterday I was up there, and I was getting a couple orders for my baby shop taken care of that I had to get done and in the mail. And it was quiet down here for about a half hour, and all of a sudden I hear this little whimper, and I look down. Here he is sitting next to me. He had managed to pull the wa- uh, the um, the lock completely to the side and come find me, and he laid laid down there. So I came downstairs, got his little pillow, and brought it upstairs and put it down, and made him lay down on it. And he uh, he did okay for about 20 minutes, just laying there. Because every time he got up, I'd tell him to lay down. So he's responsive to um, commands to a certain degree, and then he goes off. So we had to stop that and come downstairs and go outside and do our thing. But he's gotten better at night, and when he goes into his crate, and when it's time to go to bed, he just goes on in there and lays down and goes to sleep. I would love, love, love for him to sleep with me, and maybe someday he will. But right now, the honeymoon is still going on, so we'll see how it goes. Um, our bed is very, very high up. It feels like the Princess and the Pea bed, where it's just way up high. And if he tried to jump down off of it, um, he may hurt himself. I put my grandson's little sink stool on the side of the bed just to get up there. I shouldn't have said that, but that's what I do. Because if I get up in the middle of the night and put my legs down, I would fall flat on my face. So I think that's about it. That's my husband has. He traveled. He was away for a couple days last week, and so I stayed up late and knitted, and didn't have to worry about being quiet. So that was kind of nice, but it was even nicer to get him back home again, because I'm not one to be by myself for very long. Maybe that's where this guy is getting it. I love being alone during the day. I love it. Um I do what I want to do. I work on my shop. The baby shop keeps me extremely busy during the week. So I mean, I love being home alone. I don't like being alone at night anymore since we've been married. So, anyways, I think this is it. I'm looking so forward to Rhinebeck and meeting all the podcasters. I hope that I can make it to, I guess it's the Hill, whenever the podcast meetup is, and I hope it's not so crowded that I don't get to say hello to everybody. So if you see me, I would so, so love for you to come and say hi. I watch your podcast, or thanks for watching my podcast. And it would just warm my heart if I could meet a lot of people there. The other thing I'm looking forward to is the retreat that I'm going to. There's 6 or 7 of us that are renting a house and up in Vermont, and I guess it's close to where Rhinebeck is, but at this point I don't care. Somebody will be driving, and we're going to sit, knit, eat, play games, and get to know each other. And I'm going to be with some other people that love to knit and craft the same as I do, and just relax. And it's going to be wonderful. And did I tell you how happy and excited I am about Rhinebeck? I'm going to be a Marsha, where she's so excited about Knit City. I'm so excited about Rhinebeck. I've never been, so I don't know what to expect. Zoe from 24 Karat Crochet. I am so sorry. I should have written it down. Thanks for joining me. I appreciate each and every one of you, and I appreciate you taking the time to come and say hello or spend some time with me, and I hope you enjoyed it. So if you're a new viewer, just click like and subscribe, and come join my Ravelry group. And don't forget to watch the little clip at the end of my grandson's new podcast. So thanks for coming, and happy knitting. Bye-bye.
Hey guys, I'm back for another video, and I dyed my hair blue, which is pretty cool, and I'm going to be answering some comments today. Oh, and don't forget to go down there and like and subscribe. First, I am going to look at a comment from Annette Lewis. She asked, what is my teacher's name, and how many students are in my classroom? Well, I have 20 students in my class, and every one of them are my friends, and my teacher's name is Miss Samatis. Now we're going to go on to one that's by Simply More Crafting, and go check out her channel if you're into sewing. She said, is it possible to play Pokemon Go? Like, if she's driving and I'm playing Pokemon Go, is it possible to catch Pokemon? Well, yes, it actually is possible. You just have to tap the Pokemon very quickly. Now, we're going on to the final comment, which is by the Crunchy Moose. What do turtles eat? That's easy, turtle food. Well, don't forget to like and subscribe again. Goodbye.